He's Alan Savage, real estate cowboy, trading fence lines for wide open sky. If you're dreaming about a homestead where the tall pines sigh, you sell your gold country acres where the wild geese fly. Alan Savage, Alan Savage, Sierra cowboy, Sierra cowboy. He sells land where your roots run high.
All right, we're headed down to the little town of Forest City, which is the most historic town in all of California. And the whole town is a historic town sitting on Forest Service land. These are on 99-year leases. We're going to take a look at a little cabin down here that's right on the main drive as you come into Forest City. It's a mid-1800s farmhouse. This little town at one time, I believe, had over 2,000 people living here. And this sits right on a creek, on a little parcel right near the old saloon, a couple of doors down from the old saloon. So I'm looking forward to showing you this. This is the little town of Forest City. Very historic town. This is the downtown section of the town. And a lot of bicycle enthusiasts over the years have bought up most of these cabins. This might be the little cabin I think we're looking at right here. Yeah. And these are sitting right on the little creek behind us. All right, so we're driving downtown in the old town of Forest City. And we're going to go down and take a look at the historical plaques so you can see what this is all about. Very exciting. It's a fun, this is a little park. They have, you know, different events up here every year. They have a pie making contest that they have up here. A lot of clubs like to come up here and enjoy, you know, the picnic grounds and camp up here. But the bicycle clubs, oh my gosh, my understanding is that there's several bicycle clubs that have, you know, over 50 miles of trails that start right here in Forest City to go all the way down to the town of Downeyville and, you know, Highway 49, the old Gold Rush area. And this is also where Black Bart, just a few miles up the road, I think there's a plaque that commemorates Black Bart, the very nice bandit that robbed, I think it was like 35 different robberies that he had of stagecoaches and, you know, stealing gold, but he was very nice, never shot anybody, but you know, was very kind, always. And he never hurt anybody, just, you know, had a gun and would hold up these stages. So that all happened right here just outside the little town of Forest City. Let's go take a look at these plaques.
Yeah, a little hard to read, huh?
Yeah, you have to kind of get, looks like the best angles right here when you shade it yourself.
Mr. Savage himself.
Old railroad cars. Freaking awesome. See this old boiler over here? Go look at this stuff.
Very cool.
So this is the old saloon, by the way. This is the old saloon. And they still serve beer there. And they have, you know, it's got a dance floor, but when I look at that foundation on that building, I'm not sure I want to go dance on that floor. So, yeah, so take a look in here, Tyler. This is an old boiler. So we talk about steam donkeys and things like that. Look in there and see all those pipes that are going through that. They were burning, you know, they were heating water inside these, and these, I believe this is one of the old burners, maybe from an old steam donkey, but it was to basically power and drag logs up hills, you know, to the mill. But anyway, they use these a lot in the mining days and also in the timber days. And I found one of these on another property that Dan and I used to own.
Very cool.
Really, really cool. All right. And there's a little part of an old stamp mill right there. See that over there? It's a very small stamp mill, both of those.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. So those gears would crush the rocks and take the quartz and break it down so that they would be able to release the gold flakes. And then they'd run that through a machine that allowed it to, the heavier stuff to go to the bottom of the little grates, and then they'd run that through in a pan and they'd get the gold out of it. So
Very
yeah.
cool.
Very fun. All right, we're done there. So Bald Mountain is the mountain between Forest City and Allegheny. And there's a rumor, and I've not proven it yet, but there's a rumor that there's a home on Water Street right next to a cabin that I own that has a shaft that goes 3 miles across all the way to the town of Allegheny. And the kids from Forest City used to, during the heavy snow days, they would give them lanterns and they would walk through that 3 miles of mine shaft to get to school in Allegheny.
Very cool.
So instead of walking through the snow for 3 miles, you know, they were able to walk through a mine shaft to get to Allegheny to go to school. Pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Check out the stamp mills over there, for you know, look at that. Really cool. Still look at those. The Allegheny lode is the purest pocket of gold ore in the United States. Huh. That's what that is. Similar to that other one. That's the boiler. Forest City Dance Hall. You gotta take pictures of this. You can go up to the window. Oh, that's cool. You got it. Yeah, you definitely want to get as close to that as you can and take some pictures.
This is the creek behind the 1883 house here in Allegheny that we're going to be selling. I mean, this is freaking awesome. Look at this. This is gorgeous. So there's the house up there. Needs a lot of love, but it's still standing. And it has electricity, has a reasonable roof on it, doesn't appear to have any leaks. So I think it's a good find. You know, it's hard to find anything under $100,000. This is on Forest Service long-term lease land that I think I pay up for my little cabin about $800 a year. So I think that's about what it is for this. But you're on just a postage stamped lot, but it comes all the way down and includes this little creek frontage, which is really epic. Right in the center of town, about, I'd say 500 feet from the old saloon building that's kind of the historical museum. Anyway, a really great opportunity for somebody, particularly if you like bicycles and you like to go mountain biking, because there's about 50 miles of groomed trails all the way down to Downeyville from Forest City.
so we're going into my 1863 cabin in Forest City that I picked up a few years back, probably about 12 years ago. Just fell in love with the area up here. This is on an old, like a 99-year lease. It's on Forest Service land on about 1/4 of an acre. And it's a historic, home, but not so historic that you can't go in and fix up the inside, put some new siding on the outside, but the siding would have to be of dimensional lumber and something that was used back in the 1800s. So it's always been my intention to restore this because I love history, and I'm excited about showing you guys this little cabin. This might be something that at some point I'll let go and pass the torch to somebody else. But anyway, let's go take a look at it. Love the Warply glass. What does this say? Keep out? Yeah, here for somebody to come and taking the stove out. Oh yeah, maybe some love. Notice the cable. The cable is holding up the house. I'll show you. It's got a beam across the back of it to keep it from collapsing, because if it collapses, you're not allowed to rebuild it. So yeah, someone was smart enough before I bought it about 12 years ago to hook it, cable it to a tree. And what's fun is we found old pictures behind the baseboard, an old picture that shows when this house was built in the 1860s. And we were able to see remnants of the old fence that was a 6 to 8 foot tall spears, all the way around the property to keep bears from getting in. And we found, when we looked at the old pictures, we were able to go find the old fence boards, which you can see some of them here. And they still have the old 6-inch long, square nails, that were handmade, hand forged nails that put that fence together. So just fun to see it. It had a little stoop on the front of the house as well, a chicken coop, another little outbuilding. And we have a picture of a guy on the roof putting 6 foot long cedar shingles on the roof, hammering them in. It's pretty cool. Anyway, let's go take a look. Oh yeah, need some love. Downhill since 2 years ago when I came in here. So yeah, watch your step there. So it's got this little chamber here was the living room. And again, this one was the least historic cabin because I think at one point the Hells Angels had been here and actually had the cabin here, and then there's other groups that have owned it over the years. So yeah, it needs some serious love, but you're allowed to strip it on the interior, do what you want on the inside, and then just make sure the outside looks like it looked in the 1800s. Fortunately, we have pictures, so we know what it looked like.
Cool.
There you go. Hi, I'm Alan Savage with eXp Realty here in Grass Valley, Nevada City, California. I've been in business for about 36 years in real estate, and I've closed a little over 4,000 transactions in my career. My primary interest is working beautiful properties, land and residential properties that are in beautiful settings. I love working with people that love what I love, so I've focused on properties that I'm really passionate about, and that attracts people to me that I really enjoy working with. So hopefully we get an opportunity to work together. Thank you for looking at my business card.